So far we discuss about the environment in which our agent is interacting. So we have seen the PS descriptor through which we specify our environment, and we have seen different kinds of environment. For example, fully observable, then partially observable, then deterministic, stochastic, episodic, right? So some environments are easy to work in and some are difficult. So today we are going to discuss about the agents. So if you consider any agent, for example our vacuum cleaner agent or our autonomous vehicle, our agent is consisting of hardware plus software, right? So we know that software of our agent is known as agent program. Okay, so our agent is a combination of hardware plus software, and software of our agent is known as agent program, and the hardware part of the agent is known as a architecture. Okay, so we can say that agent is a combination of architecture plus program. Now in this architecture, what things will be there? So means hardware means what? That will include the sensors plus actuators, and this architecture also includes the computational power, okay, like a CPU. Okay, so this agent program will be run through that computational power. Okay, so this architecture is made up of three things: sensors, actuators, and computational power. Okay, so architecture is equals to sensors plus actuators plus computational power, and agent is made up of hardware plus software. Hardware is known as architecture and software is the agent program. Okay, and this agent program actually implements the agent function, right? Now we'll see different types of agent programs. Okay, so we have four main categories, that is simple reflex agents, model based reflex agent, goal based agents, and utility based agent. Okay, so we'll see this agent one by one. Now before seeing the actual types, let us discuss one trivial and simple agent known as table driven agent. Okay, so what we have in a table driven agent? This agent actually maintains a table, okay, where we have entries for perceived sequence and corresponding action. Okay, we have seen such table in case of a vacuum cleaner world. Okay, so here all the possible perceived sequence will be listed, and there will be a corresponding action to that, and we will use the lookup function to get the corresponding action for the given perceived sequence. Okay, so the pseudocode for such agent will look like this. We will implement any agent with the help of a function. So the function name is table driven agent, and to any agent the percept will be the input, right? Okay, so input parameter is known as percept, and this function will return the action to be taken. Okay, so action is returns an action. Okay, now see, for every percept, this agent will be calling this function every time, right? So there will be multiple calls, and this table should be there like a global variable, right? So during this multiple function calls, these two variables should persist. Okay, that's why we are calling this global variable as persistent. Okay, so this percept variable is our percept sequence. Okay, percept sequence, you know the definition of percept sequence. It is a complete history of the percept, right? And this table. Okay, so percept a sequence, initially it would be empty, and table, it is a table of action indexed by percept sequence. Okay, so it is like a hash table, and we have done the indexing on the percept sequence, and initially it is fully specified. Okay, so the designer of this agent will fill all the entries. Okay, now so percept is coming. Okay, so we are appending this percept to our current percept sequence. Okay, append percept to the end of percepts. Okay, so that will become my current percept sequence, right? For that percept sequence, I will use the lookup function to find out the corresponding action from the table. Okay, so for the current percept sequence, I will use this lookup function to get the action from the table, right? And that corresponding action will be written. Okay, so as all the entries are filled by the designer, okay, so this is not possible in reality. if we have multiple sensors to our agent, okay, there will be exponential entries, okay, now which is unrealistic, right? We cannot manually fill all the entries, okay. So this is just theoretical concept, table driven agent. If our agent is very simple, okay, we have limited iterations and limited sensors, then we can implement this. Okay, so we'll start with the main categories. So first one is the simple reflex agent. Okay, so this agent directly responds to the current percept. Okay, so selects an action based on the current percept. Okay, so it, for selecting an action, it does not consider the entire percept history. Okay, so it acts on the current percept only. Okay, so it uses the condition action rule. Okay, take an example of our autonomous vehicle. So condition is, if car in front is braking, okay, so what should be the action, our action to this? Okay, car in front is braking, then initiate braking, right? So this is the condition and this is the rule. Okay, so in such agents we maintain the information in the form of condition action rules. Okay, so we take the action based on the current percept. Okay, the percept will be our condition and we will take the corresponding action. Okay, so here this is the block diagram of our simple reflex agent. The same thing. Okay, so we have the block for environment and block for agent. Sensors, through the sensors we are getting the percept. Okay, now we are representing the thinking process of our agent with the help of these rectangles. Okay, so for the current percept, our agent is thinking what the world is like now. So what is the state of our current what is the state of our environment currently, and it will refer the condition action rules to take the action. Okay, so what action I should do now? For that he will refer the condition action rules, okay, and he will take the corresponding action. Action will be performed through actuators on the environment, right? Okay, so this is the simple reflex agent. Okay, so this, see the pseudocode of this simple reflex agent, function reflex agent. Okay, again the percept is the input and returns the action. Okay, so now what is the persistent here? Okay, so we are maintaining a variable called rules. So it can be like a list or table, and it has a set of condition action rules. Okay, first we will try to get knowledge about the state. Okay, for that consider we have a function called interpret input. Okay, parameter will be percept, right? We'll pass the percept parameter to the interpret input function and we'll get a knowledge about the state. For that state, and using the rules, okay, we'll get a rule, okay, particular rule, and we will obtain a corresponding action. For that rule, what is the action, right? In a rule there will be condition and the action, right? So what is the action for that rule, and that will be written. Okay, it is very simple. So here we are considering only the current percept and not the percept history, right? Okay, so all this information again will be coded by the designer. Okay, now this agent can work in the fully observable environment only. Okay, so consider if my environment is partially observable. Okay, consider our vacuum cleaner world. Okay, we know that there were two blocks in the vacuum cleaner world, A and B, and consider our agent is in block A. Okay, and consider its location sensor is not working. Okay, so he could not get a location, and consider now he may sense the floor. Okay, so he may get a dirty input or a clean input. If he gets a dirty input, he may issue the command called suck, right? Now if he gets the clean, okay, now he has to move, right? Now if he issues the left command, he will fall on the wall, right? Okay, so if he issues a left command here, he may go in an infinite loop because he cannot move forward, right? So such problem may arise if our agent is simple reflex agent, okay, and if the environment is partially observable. Okay, so this is the limitation of our simple reflex agent. He cannot work in partially observable environment. So next type of agent is model based reflex agent. Okay, so they try to handle this partial observability. Okay, so now they may work in partial observable environment. So how? So now see here, these three blocks are additional. Okay, so again this model base is again a reflex agent, so they will use the condition action rules. Okay, now so how they handle this unobserved thing? Okay, so they maintain a internal state. Okay, so they maintain a state of the environment. So in they will maintain some variable to track of the to keep the track of unobserved aspect of the current state. Okay, so which is not observable, they will maintain that information in this internal state. Okay, so in addition to that state information, he has to keep other information also. For example, so consider our autonomous taxi. Okay, so now consider our agent is deliberating in this environment. There can be other agents also, okay, which are interacting in the environment. Okay, so our environment is evolving independently of our agent, right? It is changing, right? And when our agent makes any action on the environment, that environment is again changing, right? Okay, so how the world evolves independently of our agent and what my actions do. Okay, this information also has to be kept. Okay, so we have to keep that information also, and this two information is known as a model of our environment. Okay, so he has to keep two information, state plus model. Okay, so what is the state of my environment and what is the model, what is the current scenario of my environment. Okay, so he will keep these two additional information, and based on that he will take the decision. Okay, so again, so see the function pseudocode, model based reflex agent, percept and action. So he is maintaining a state, the agent's current conception of the world state. Okay, so what is the world around him, that is maintaining state, and model, a description how the next state depends on the current state and action. Okay, so description of how the next state depends on the current state and action, how the model will evolve, right? Now rules, the state of condition action rules. Again, this is a reflex agent only, right? So he will maintain what he has to do in rule variable. Okay, so I think this is visible now. Okay, next he has to perform action. Okay, so he will maintain action variable also, the most recent action taken. Okay, so now in previous model he was getting the state information, right, using the interpret input function. Now here he has to update the state. Okay, and he has to get the updated state. Okay, so he will update the state based on the previous state plus action taken, then percept and the model. Okay, based on this parameter he will update the state and get the information about the current state. Okay, and then he will use, okay, then rest of the part will be same. Okay, for that state, and using the rules, okay, he will get the rule and he will return the corresponding action for that rule. Okay, so this is model based agent. Okay, so in order to handle that unobservable aspect of the current state, he has to maintain a state and the model. Okay, so this is model based reflex agent. Next agent is known as goal based agent. Okay, so see here, this agent act to achieve their goals. Okay, so here we will not have a condition action rule, instead we will have a goal information, and in addition to this we have this extra block here. Okay, so now what happens in goal based agent, for a corresponding percept we will have multiple actions possible, right? Now this goal based agent selects that particular action which will lead to the achievement of its goal. Okay, there are multiple actions possible, right? He will select that particular action that will lead him to the achievement of its goal. Okay, that particular action will be performed. Okay, so consider example of our autonomous vehicle, and consider it is approaching towards the junction, and consider we have goal information, and consider this is our destination. Okay, and this is our goal, right, to reach to this destination. Now at this junction it has at least 4 actions possible: to accelerate and to continue in this down the road, right? Second option possible is to take a left turn, right turn, or to initiate brake. Okay, these are several actions possible. Now he will select that particular action which will lead him to the destination. So if everything is fine, he will issue the action called accelerate. Okay, so this is how goal based agent works. Okay, so they try to achieve their goals. Now last type of agent is known as utility based agents. Okay, now see here, what was the problem with goal based agent? So here our now this goal is actually a crude distinction between successful and unsuccessful, means whether you have reached to the goal or not. But we haven't talk about the quality of a ride, whether it was a safe ride, whether it was a legal ride. We haven't talked about that. Okay, goal based agents just talk about whether the goal is achieved or not. Okay, but in utility based agent, they try to maximize their own expected happiness, how safe that ride was. Okay, whether we have reached to the goal, okay, that will be the part. Okay, but whether that ride was good or not, so this utility based agent will consider that aspect also. Okay, so see here, so we will have the utility function here, how happy I will be in such state. Okay, so they will consider the happiness. Okay, so actually they are actually implementing the performance measure. So we have seen the performance measure of our taxi. So let me show that. So we have seen, see here. Okay, so in taxi driver, what was the performance measure? It should be safe, fast, legal, comfortable trip, maximize profits, right? So our utility based agent will try to fulfill this performance measure. Okay, so in addition to the reaching to the goal, he will satisfy all the performance measure. That is about utility based agent. Okay, so now in addition to these types of agent, we have learning agent also. Okay, so now till this point our agent lacks autonomy. They were not learning anything. Okay, everything was given by the designer only, right? Okay, so here in learning agent, we have 4 conceptual components. It has the learning element. Okay, then performance element, critic, and problem generator. Okay, so we'll discuss what is learning agent. So see here, we have an environment. Okay, sensors are sensing the environment, so we'll get the percept, and this performance element will actually is responsible for selecting the external action. Okay, this performance element will select that particular action, and the action will be given to the actuators, and the action will be performed. Okay, so if we ignore these 3 modules, okay, it will be our normal model only. Normal agent will be. Okay, so it will be a normal agent. Okay, so it can be a utility base, it can be a model base, it can be a goal base. Okay, now so in addition to that, we are adding these 3 modules. Okay, so we have a critic. Okay, so the input is given to the critic also, and this critic is actually referring a performance standard. Okay, whether our agent is performing well or not, that this critic is observing. Okay, and it is giving feedback to the learning element. Okay, and this learning element is responsible for making the improvements. Okay, so this learning element is responsible for making the improvements, and based on the feedback given by the critic, he will suggest the changes to the performance element. Okay, performance element is actually our agent, right? So this learning element will suggest the changes to our agent. Okay, and whether this agent can perform that change or not, he will give the knowledge about that to the learning element. Okay, now see here, this learning element is suggesting a change to our agent. Okay, now this problem generator is there. So now this problem generator is responsible for exploration. Okay, so now when we don't have this problem generator, this performance element will be performing the same actions. Okay, he is not learning, he is not trying new things. This performance problem generator will suggest a new action to our performance element, and by performing those new actions, our agent will experience new things, right? New improvements, right? So he will try new things, okay, and he will do the exploration, he will explore the new things, okay. So this is how the learning agent will look like, okay. So he will have these additional modules, okay, will suggest the change to our ordinary agent, okay. So in this way we have actually completed our first unit, okay. All the images are taken from our textbook, okay. Entire definitions are taken from our textbook, okay. So let's have a quick recap what we have studied in unit number 1. So we started with the introduction. So now we know the definition of AI. These 4 categories of AI definition we know. Then we have seen the Turing test, then this general problem solver, right? We know the concept of rationality, the foundation of AI. So these different disciplines contributed in the development of artificial intelligence, right? We know that. Then history of artificial intelligence. So we have seen the up and downs of AI. Then state of art. So we have seen different applications benefited with the help of AI. Then we started with the second part of our unit, that is intelligent agent. So we have seen the basic block diagram of our agent, okay. So agent is perceiving his environment through the sensors, okay. The input to the agent is known as percept, and this logic of agent is actually the agent function, right? We have seen these 3 examples. Then we have seen the definition of agent. Agent is anything that can be viewed as perceiving its environment through sensors and acting upon the environment through actuators. We have seen many times we have used this example, vacuum cleaner example and autonomous taxi example, and actually table driven agent was implementing this table, right? Then we have seen the definition of agent function. Agent function is the description that maps any given percept sequence to action, right? An agent program is actual implementation of agent function. Then we talked about the rationality concept, and then we have defined the rational agent, right, based on these 4 parameters. Then we talked about omniscient, how it is different from rational agent, okay. Omniscient agents are those who knows the actual outcome of their actions. Then we talked about the Pia's description, right, how to describe our task environment. So we actually form such table and try to describe the environment entirely. Then we talked about different types of environment, like fully observable versus partial observable, single agent versus multi-agent, deterministic versus stochastic, and some environment will be easy and some will be difficult, right? Now we have seen several examples. So the easiest agent will be this crossword puzzle, because its environment is fully observable. Single agent, there is a single agent in that environment. Deterministic, sequential, static and discrete, okay. So this is the property of the easiest agent, right? And the most hard one was the taxi driving, okay. Its environment was very harsh, right? Then today we talked about agent, okay. So remember this formula, agent is actually a combination of architecture plus program, right? That is hardware plus software. And we have seen different agents, okay. So we have seen the disadvantage. So disadvantage of simple reflex agent is that he cannot work when the environment is not fully observable. Then model based agent, okay. So here we maintain the state and the model information of the environment. Then goal based agent, here we have the goal information and we try to achieve that goal, okay. Then utility based agent, he try to maximize its own happiness, okay. So he will, along with the goal, he tries to fulfill other criterias also. And in learning agent we have additional modules, okay, that will suggest the change and that will make our agent to explore, okay. This is how our agent will have a learning capability, okay. So, and let me show you previous year question papers. Okay, so I don't have the paper question paper of D bar 2 because there was no exam last year. Okay, so this is the, I think, paper of Mumbai University. Yes. Okay, so now see here. First question, what are Pia's descriptor? Give Pia's descriptor for a robot meant for cleaning the house. Okay. Then next one is here. In question number 2b, draw and describe the architecture of goal-based agent. Okay, so pretty straightforward questions are there based on the unit number 1. Okay, see here in question number 3, what are the basic building blocks of learning agent? Explain each of them with a neat block diagram. Okay, so we have 4 components there, right? Learning element, performance element, then critic, and then problem generator. So that you have to describe. That's it. Then this is a paper from 2016, same Mumbai University. So here we have Pia's description of robot saucer player, then compare and contrast problem solving agent and planning agent. Okay, that will be covered later on. I think that's it. Yeah. In 6b, what are the basic building block of learning agent? Okay, same question is repeated. Now this is the paper from 2019. First question is compare model based agent with the goal based agent. Okay, so this is for 5 marks, so you can draw the diagram and you can mention the main differences. Then next one is again draw and illustrate the architecture of learning agent. Okay, let me show you the paper of Pune University. So this is one paper, year is 2008, very old paper. What is an agent? Explain the structure of an agent. Okay, so we have seen the definition of agent and block, right? Block diagram. Then what do you mean by environment, and enlist the different types of environment. Okay, so here you have to explain those 6 different types, right? Fully observable, partial observable, like that. It is for 8 marks. I think that's it. And final paper, it is from 2018, Pune University. Define artificial intelligence, list the applications of AI. Okay, so we have defined. Okay, here you can write those 4 definition and list applications of AI. Okay, so we have discussed the state of art, right? That you can explain. Then okay, so that's it. So you know the important topics now. So our first unit is over. From next lecture we will start our second unit.